And good afternoon. Welcome to the Livingston Parish News afternoon show. We're heading into week 2 this week, trying to get some rhythm underneath us for the afternoon show. We've been pretty consistent with the morning show, getting a lot of good views, a lot of good response with that. Please remember that if you don't catch us right when we're recording it, going live on Facebook, you can check us out, www.livingstonparishnews.com/podcast. We put all of our long-form podcasts there, as well as these shows. We have the video and the audio available for your consumption whenever you feel like it. Please go check that out. If you miss a show, you're out of town, you're busy that morning or afternoon, however, whatever's going on with you, you can always catch up with us and check it out there. If you're watching us on Facebook right now, we do appreciate it. If you're watching us later, we appreciate that just as much. We are on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. We'd appreciate you giving us a like, follow, all those things on those social media platforms. Please remember, YouTube does say subscribe. It does not cost money. We've upgraded to a magazine-style product on Thursdays. We're very proud of it. A lot of new design elements to it. Check that out, please. We still do broadsheet on the weekends. That is delivered on Saturday. Let's check out your traffic. Starting to get heavy here. Delays heading westbound on I-12, coming out of downtown Baton Rouge, coming out of the 10-12 split, and some delays at O'Neill Lane heading into Livingston Parish, so please be aware of that. Let's see. No delays as of right now on Highway 190 heading past 4-H Club Road, and small, slight delays on 64 coming out of Central into Livingston Parish. Current temperature is 87 degrees. It did get hot. Talked to y'all about that this morning. I am sorry about that. I didn't make it hot, I promise. We are looking at no rain tonight, but it will be cool again, 67 degrees. High of 90 tomorrow. No rain tomorrow, but it is looking like it will rain over the weekend, so please be prepared for that. Let's jump into the show we have today. Last time, I promise, but one more time, I'm going to mention Gravity Drainage District 1. Their district extends from Amy Church Road in the north to Port Vincent in the south and all points in between. Some statistics: 102 miles of channel, which is 18% of the total ditches and canals in Livingston Parish. 53,350 residents, just over 40% of the parish population. 25,560 homes, including 40-plus neighborhoods. 16 schools educating over 8,000 students. 13 governmental buildings. Almost 30,000 structures in that area. They got a $5 million property tax renewal coming up. They also have a small sales tax attached to sales in that area. Please check out the video we have running online right now. It is from the director of Gravity Drainage District 1. His name is Wesley Kennebrew. Nicest guy in the world, really wants to do his job. The problem is he's got 18 full-time employees, 9 part-time, and that is a lot of ditches and canals and drainage areas to maintain. They are focused on getting grants for large-scale drainage projects, but right now they're having enough trouble keeping up with what they have. One of the calls he has to citizens is asking for a phone call to his office. That's 225-664-5827. You see your drainage in your area every day, as he puts it. He can only get to it every so often. But if you tell him about it, he can put it on his list to come look at, especially after a heavy rain, try to figure out what's causing your problem and see if they can't get it fixed. That's water flowing the wrong way, not flowing at all, drainage backing up. Those are the calls you need to make. 225-664-5827. Check out the video. We have it on our Facebook page. It's also online, www.livingstonparishnews.com/news. $5 a month. If you're having trouble staying logged in, please give us a call, 225-665-5176, and we will help you stay logged in. Now, I said that would be the last time I mentioned drainage. I may bring it up for just a second in the morning, but that is the last time we're going to mention it for now, and we tried to fly through it a little bit better. Sartwell Park, the ball fields at Sartwell Park in Livingston. The Livingston Council agreed to, I need a pen to play with. The Livingston Council agreed to pay $33,000 to rip up the grass, fix the drainage, and then sort of not put sod down, but cultivate natural grass growth after that process is done. Currently, the fields are holding a lot of water, and there is a safety concern there. since the rec district, for the time being, is still in force and in function, but doesn't collect a tax. They rely on the city or town rather for some of their maintenance needs, and this is one of them. Again, that's a $33,000 project. Walker is considering turning a building into a special needs center for education. Mentioned this morning. It's called Farrington Place. It is a home that the city bought. It's on 4 acres of land. It needs renovations. It was condemned and considered a blighted property. So the city bought it in anticipation of perhaps using it. This is the first suggestion that's come up from Mr. Jamie Etheridge. There's a lot going into this process, not to mention the base cost of renovating the building, which could be up to $35,000 minimum. That was a number that's been tossed around. They'll have to go through the state to even get approved and permitted for such a thing, but they are working towards that. Again, check that out, www.livingstonparishnews.com/news. That's from Mr. Kevin Fambro. The road program has been approved. It was approved last time. It is the feature of our Thursday paper. We dive in deep on the 17 roads that were approved. I'm not going to go through that list all together, but there are 17 roads spread throughout the parish that will be overlaid this year. It usually takes 4 to 5 months, depending on the depending on how many roads were approved and the weather. Those roads are analyzed by Macklin and Associates, was the engineer of record this year, and they look at things like traffic counts, road use, number of potholes, current state of the road. They check out things like how many homes are on the road, how many businesses, and try to compile all that to see, what's the best return on investment for the parish. And this year, these 17 roads were the ones that were approved. You can check them out in print tomorrow, or look online, www.livingstonparishnews.com/news. The road program will be up there tomorrow. We are actually going to be discussing the road program itself and its financing method, which is very interesting, and that is coming up for a renewal next spring. We'll talk more about that. Probably going to do a long-form podcast on the road program, as well as that drainage. Going to come back at you with that drainage stuff. So stay tuned for that tomorrow and the next day. Also want to mention that we will have standing congressman who has announced he's running for governor, Mr. Ralph Abraham. He will be with me for a long-form podcast tomorrow. We'll be releasing that tomorrow afternoon for your consumption. Casa Maria in Watson had a huge Cinco de Mayo celebration, and it's in connection with Miss Liz Smith and Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith is a Livingston Parish Sheriff's Deputy. His wife has cancer, and there's a great video of the Sheriff's deputies explaining why they all shave their heads in sort of solidarity and support for Miss Smith and Kevin, because they're all in it together. Casa Maria is donating 15% of sales to the families of the Livingston Parish Sheriff's Office who are battling cancer. And that was a story written by Mr. David Gray. Great story. It's a great cause, and thank you to Casa Maria for that. 25 businesses tomorrow will be ready for the job fair for those with disabilities. That's going to be at First Pentecostal Church at 1020 South Range Avenue in Denham Springs. Like I said, there's over 24 businesses are looking for employees with disabilities. They're looking to get folks signed up for jobs that they have expressed that they have room for them and that they have jobs for these folks. Anybody with a disability can go. That job fair will begin at 12 p.m. and goes until 3 p.m. Again, that is at 1020 South Range Avenue in Denham Springs. The list of businesses is lengthy. You can check it out, www.livingstonparishnews.com. It will also be in tomorrow's paper if you want to catch a early edition of that. Again, a reminder, we will have a podcast from Mr. Ralph Abraham tomorrow. We will be back in the morning. We will be discussing the road program. and the road program funding, as well as anything that files in here over the night. We will also have Mr. Garrett Graves on Wednesday, August 8th, to kind of he'll be on our afternoon show, actually, to talk about what's going on in Washington, D.C., what's going on with a lot of the issues he's been involved in. Again, if you miss any of these shows, you can check them out, www.livingstonparishnews.com/podcast. Those are free. If you miss any of them, go back. You can go catch up. If you want dirty details, you need to subscribe to the paper or go online. That's where all the details are. But we're hitting you with the headlines here. We also give you weather and traffic. Speaking of that, traffic is, sorry folks, the delays are starting to extend. We've got stack-ups at Jubin and 190 now in Denham Springs. Minor delays from the Denham Springs exit all the way back to Airline. Heavy delays before the 10-12 split. But the weather is still nice. It's warm outside, 87 degrees. Sun is shining. No rain today or tomorrow. Probably some rain through the weekend, but it's going to cool it off again. Remember, our traffic and weather is brought to you by brproud.com. That is NBC WVLA Channel 33 and WGMB Fox 44. We have a digital partnership with them, for which we are very appreciative. And they not only help us spread the good word, but whenever we do these shows, they sift us the weather and traffic that we use for your benefit. Again, if you're watching us live, we appreciate that. If you're watching this or listening at a later date, we also appreciate that as well. Thank you for the support. You can check us out on Facebook. We're putting content out there. We're on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. You can find all the videos, all the interviews, these shows on YouTube. If you just want to watch video, if you don't want to find it anywhere else, you can also check it out at www.livingstonparishnews.com. Again, we'll be covering the road program in the morning, both what's going on with it and the funding mechanism for it. Tomorrow's Parish Council, and we'll talk about that more as well in the morning. Thanks again for joining us this evening. This is the Livingston Parish News afternoon show, and we'll be coming back at you tomorrow morning.